Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Thomas, and today we'll explore how you can achieve English fluency with just 20 minutes of practice every day. It's simpler than you think, so let's get started.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Many people think they need hours to learn a language, but just 20 focused minutes daily can lead to amazing progress. In this episode, we'll share tips and strategies to make the most of your time and build fluency effectively.
First, set a clear goal for your 20 minutes. Decide what you want to focus on, like improving vocabulary, pronunciation, or listening. A clear plan helps you stay consistent and use your time efficiently.
Exactly, and creating a habit is key. Choose a specific time each day to practice. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, consistency helps your brain adjust and makes learning a natural part of your routine.
Another great tip is to use multimedia resources. Watch a short video in English, listen to a podcast, or read a few pages of an English book. These activities are engaging and expose you to real-world usage of the language.
Don't forget about speaking practice. Even if you're learning alone, try talking to yourself in English or record your voice. Apps like language exchange platforms can help you find speaking partners for quick conversations.
Breaking your 20 minutes into smaller tasks is also effective. Spend 5 minutes reviewing new words, 10 minutes on a listening exercise, and 5 minutes practicing speaking. It keeps the session dynamic and prevents boredom.
That's a great point, Thomas. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Use your 20 minutes as a safe space to experiment with new words and phrases. Learning is all about progress, not perfection.
Let's talk about tools. Language apps like Duolingo or Babbel can guide your practice. Many of them are designed for short, daily sessions, making them perfect for a 20-minute routine.
Flashcards are another useful tool. Apps like Anki or Quizlet help you review vocabulary quickly. They're portable, so you can even fit in extra learning time while commuting or waiting in line.
And don't underestimate the power of a notebook. Writing down sentences or thoughts in English every day boosts your writing skills and helps reinforce grammar rules naturally.
Absolutely, and you can pair your notebook practice with audio. Write a sentence, then read it aloud to improve pronunciation. This method connects speaking and writing, building fluency faster.
Another great way to practice fluency is by setting small challenges for yourself. For example, try explaining your day in English or describing a picture. These tasks push you to think quickly and use the vocabulary you've been learning.
That's a fantastic tip, Thomas. And you can make it more interactive by involving a friend or language partner. Take turns asking each other questions or role-playing situations like ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions.
Incorporating English into your hobbies is another fun idea. If you enjoy cooking, follow recipes in English. If you like movies, watch with subtitles first, then without. Making learning enjoyable keeps you motivated and consistent.
Music is another excellent resource. Listen to English songs, look up the lyrics, and try singing along. It's a fun way to improve listening and pronunciation while enjoying something you love. Plus, you'll pick up everyday expressions.
Reading is equally important. Start with simple materials like children's books or short articles. Gradually challenge yourself with more complex texts. Reading helps you expand vocabulary and understand grammar and context.
And to keep things balanced, don't forget about writing. Write a short journal entry or email in English every day. It doesn't have to be perfect. The act of writing helps reinforce sentence structures and gives you confidence in expressing yourself.
Consistency is the key to fluency. Set a specific time daily, even if it's just 20 minutes, to practice English. Use a timer and focus on one skill like speaking or listening. A routine helps you stay disciplined and makes progress more noticeable.
That's right, Thomas. And if you feel overwhelmed, break your practice into smaller tasks. For instance, spend 5 minutes listening to a podcast, 5 minutes repeating phrases, and 10 minutes practicing conversation. Variety keeps learning fresh and exciting.
Apps can also be helpful. Use language apps for quick vocabulary practice or grammar exercises. They're convenient, interactive, and perfect for squeezing in practice during a commute or a coffee break. These small efforts add up over time.
One powerful method is shadowing. Listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say in real time, matching their tone and speed. It improves pronunciation and helps you sound more natural. Start with short sentences, then gradually try longer dialogues.
Another effective tool is self-recording. Record yourself speaking on any topic and play it back. You'll notice areas where you need to improve, like pronunciation or grammar. Over time, this practice boosts confidence and helps track your growth.
For those who like a challenge, try speaking without pauses. Pick a topic and talk about it continuously for 1 minute. It forces you to think in English and reduces hesitation. You'll build fluency and learn to organize your thoughts faster.
Don't underestimate the power of repetition. Review the same material several times, whether it's vocabulary lists, a favorite podcast episode, or a short video. Each time you revisit, you'll understand more and retain the information better.
And mix passive learning with active practice. While passive listening, like hearing English while cooking, is great, actively engaging by repeating or writing down key phrases makes a big difference. Combining both methods leads to faster fluency.
Lastly, celebrate your milestones, whether it's completing a month of daily practice or holding a short conversation. Recognize your progress. Small victories keep you motivated and remind you that fluency is achievable with consistent effort. Reading is a fantastic way to improve your English in just 20 minutes a day. Start with simple materials like children's books or online articles. Read aloud to practice pronunciation and get used to how English sounds. Focus on understanding the meaning, not just words.
Yes, and pair reading with writing. After reading, jot down a summary of what you've understood. It doesn't need to be perfect, just focus on expressing ideas in English. This combination strengthens comprehension and helps you think in English more naturally.
Podcasts are another great option. Choose podcasts designed for English learners or those that match your interests. Listen actively by noting down new phrases or vocabulary. Use them in your own sentences later to solidify learning.
Exactly, Thomas. And if podcasts feel too fast, use video content with subtitles. Start by watching with subtitles in English, then gradually try without them. Visual cues and subtitles together make it easier to follow along and understand tricky words.
Also, practice with flashcards, whether it's digital apps or handwritten cards. They're perfect for learning new vocabulary quickly. Review them daily, focusing on a manageable number of words. Seeing progress with flashcards is highly motivating.
And don't forget about speaking practice. If you don't have a partner, talk to yourself. Describe your day, share your thoughts, or plan tomorrow out loud. This simple exercise strengthens fluency and gives you confidence in expressing yourself.
If you have friends learning English, create a study group. Meet online or in person for 20 minutes and practice together. You can role-play conversations, share resources, or quiz each other. Collaboration keeps learning fun and interactive.
Yes, and use social media to your advantage. Follow English learning accounts or creators. Engage by commenting in English, even if it's just a sentence or two. Writing publicly gives you confidence and lets you practice real-world expressions.
For grammar, focus on practical use instead of memorizing rules. For example, learn how to use tenses in sentences you might say daily, like I will go to the store or I went to the park. Practice these until they feel natural in conversation.
That's a great tip, Thomas. Also, consider keeping an English journal. Spend a few minutes writing about your thoughts or plans. This habit combines vocabulary, grammar, and sentence construction, helping you improve all three without feeling overwhelmed.
Practice listening actively, not passively. Instead of just hearing sounds, focus on understanding the meaning and tone. Pause recordings, replay sections, and repeat phrases out loud. Active listening helps train your ears for natural conversations and accents.
And remember, repetition is key. Don't hesitate to revisit the same material multiple times. Each time, you'll catch something new, whether it's vocabulary, pronunciation, or sentence structure. This deepens your understanding and builds fluency over time.
When speaking, aim for clarity first, not speed. Many learners rush to sound fluent but end up making more mistakes. Speak at a comfortable pace, enunciating words clearly. As your confidence grows, your speed will naturally improve without effort.
True, Thomas. Pair speaking with shadowing exercises. Listen to a short phrase from a podcast or video and immediately repeat it, matching the tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. It's like having a personal conversation coach and improves fluency fast.
Don't forget to review your progress. Record yourself speaking once a week. Compare your recordings over time to notice improvements. This self-evaluation not only boosts confidence but also highlights areas to focus on for further practice.
That's a great idea, Thomas. Also, take breaks when needed. Overloading yourself can lead to burnout. Short, focused sessions are more effective than long, exhausting ones. Consistency is the key. 20 minutes a day really does add up.
Incorporate real-life scenarios into your practice. Pretend you're ordering food, asking for directions, or introducing yourself. Practicing these situations makes you feel more prepared and confident when they happen in real life.
Yes, and role play with friends or language partners if possible. Even simple conversations like greeting each other or planning a weekend can make a huge difference. It's interactive, practical, and builds real-world communication skills.
Use free resources online, like subtitles on YouTube or language forums. Engaging with authentic content exposes you to the way native speakers actually use language. Plus, it's a great way to learn slang or idiomatic expressions.
Exactly, Thomas. And when learning idioms or phrases, practice them in context. For instance, instead of memorizing "it's a piece of cake," say, "This math problem is a piece of cake." Using phrases in real sentences makes them stick in your memory.
Flashcards with sentences instead of single words are also helpful. For example, instead of just happy, write, "I'm happy to see you." This way, you learn both the word and how it's used, making your language practice more practical and effective.
Absolutely, and don't underestimate the power of positive reinforcement. Celebrate small wins, like completing a week of daily practice. Rewarding yourself keeps you motivated and makes the process enjoyable. Small steps lead to big achievements.
Use technology wisely. Set daily reminders to practice using your phone or schedule sessions in a digital calendar. Even a 20-minute alarm for English practice can create a consistent routine, ensuring you never skip a day.
And try integrating English into your hobbies. Love cooking? Watch English recipe videos. Enjoy fitness? Follow workout tutorials in English. This way, you connect learning with things you already enjoy, making it more engaging and fun.
For vocabulary, learn related words in groups. For example, if you learn run, also learn jog, sprint, and marathon. Grouping words by themes makes it easier to remember them and understand their context in conversations.
Exactly, and take advantage of vocabulary apps with spaced repetition systems. They help you remember words long-term by reviewing them just before you're about to forget. It's a proven method to expand and solidify your vocabulary efficiently.
Lastly, surround yourself with English as much as possible. Change your phone settings, think in English during daily tasks, and label items in your house with English words. Immersing yourself daily helps you absorb the language naturally and quickly.
That's such a good point, Thomas. Immersion doesn't require traveling to an English-speaking country. With the right tools and consistent practice, anyone can create an environment for fluency one day and one word at a time.
When practicing, don't just focus on new words, review old ones too. Revisiting familiar vocabulary strengthens your memory and helps you use words naturally. A balanced approach between learning new things and reinforcing old ones ensures steady progress.
Yes, and create your own sentences with new words. It's not enough to know their meanings. Practice using them in different contexts. For example, if you learn helpful, say, "This podcast is helpful for learning English." This active use improves retention.
That's a great idea, Jennifer. Also, practice thinking in English. Start small. Describe your morning routine or what you're doing right now in your head. Shifting your thought process into English helps you become more comfortable with the language.
And keep your practice diverse. Mix listening, speaking, reading, and writing activities. For example, watch a short video, then write a summary, and later discuss it with a friend. This variety keeps learning interesting and improves multiple skills at once.
Another tip is to focus on pronunciation early. Mispronounced words can lead to misunderstandings. Use online tools or apps to check your pronunciation. Speak clearly and listen closely to how native speakers emphasize certain syllables.
Right, and mimic native speakers to practice pronunciation. Choose a short audio clip and repeat it word for word, copying the speaker's tone and pace. It's called shadowing, and it's one of the best techniques to sound more natural and fluent.
Surround yourself with English daily by making small adjustments. For example, read English articles in the morning or listen to podcasts during your commute. These habits turn language practice into a natural part of your routine without extra effort.
I agree. Even switching the language settings on your phone or social media to English makes a big difference. You'll see common phrases and commands every day, helping you pick up vocabulary and phrases you might not even notice otherwise.
Set realistic goals for your learning. Instead of saying, "I'll master English in 6 months," focus on achievable milestones like learning 10 new words a week or practicing speaking for 20 minutes a day. Smaller goals keep you motivated and consistent.
And don't hesitate to ask for help. Whether it's joining an online forum or finding a tutor, interacting with others makes learning more effective. Plus, having someone to guide or encourage you keeps you accountable and on track.
To make speaking practice fun, record voice notes for yourself. Talk about your day, your plans, or even your favorite movies. Listening back helps you spot areas to improve, and it's a great way to track your progress over time.
That's a fantastic idea, Thomas. You can even join language exchange programs to speak with native or fluent speakers. It's not just about improving your language skills, but also learning about different cultures, which makes the experience richer.
Don't fear making mistakes. Errors are a natural part of learning. Instead of focusing on perfection, aim to communicate your message clearly. Native speakers often overlook small grammar mistakes as long as they understand you.
Absolutely. Celebrate your progress instead of worrying about perfection. Even small achievements, like understanding a full podcast episode or holding a short conversation, are huge steps. These wins build confidence and keep you moving forward.
To improve comprehension, watch movies or shows with subtitles first, then try watching without them. This helps train your ears while providing context for difficult phrases. Over time, you'll rely less on subtitles and understand more naturally.
And choose materials you enjoy. Whether it's a comedy show, a cooking tutorial, or a travel vlog, engaging content keeps you motivated. When you're interested, learning feels less like a chore and more like a hobby you look forward to daily.
Also, try connecting English learning with your goals. Want a better job? Focus on business vocabulary, planning to travel. Learn conversational phrases. Linking language practice to your ambitions makes it more meaningful and exciting.
Yes, and always reward yourself for your dedication. Completed a week of daily practice. Treat yourself to your favorite snack or a relaxing break. Positive reinforcement creates a strong habit, and soon, practicing English becomes second nature.
To strengthen your listening skills, choose audio materials like podcasts or audiobooks. Start with topics that interest you. Focus on understanding the main idea instead of every single word. Gradually, you'll get better at catching details and new vocabulary.
Exactly, Thomas. Listening is essential, but don't forget to pause and repeat sentences that sound tricky. This helps you get used to different accents and speech speeds. Over time, you'll find yourself understanding conversations more easily and naturally.
Another way to make learning fun is through music. Pick a song in English, read the lyrics, and sing along. It's great for learning pronunciation and slang. Plus, music is memorable, so you'll remember phrases better and enjoy the process.
Songs are amazing tools. Also, try writing down words or phrases from the songs that you don't know. Look them up and create sentences using them. It's a creative way to expand your vocabulary and add some rhythm to your language learning.
For reading practice, start with short, simple stories or articles. Don't rush. Take your time to understand the text. Highlight new words, look them up, and reread the content. Repetition builds familiarity, and soon reading will feel much easier.
That's true. And reading aloud is even better. It helps improve your pronunciation and boosts confidence. Whether it's a book, an article, or a recipe, speaking the words strengthens your connection to the language and makes it stick better.
Writing can also be enjoyable. Start a daily journal in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, or your goals. It doesn't need to be perfect, just focus on expressing yourself. Over time, you'll see improvement in your grammar and sentence structure.
Yes, Thomas, and journaling is great for reflection too. You can revisit old entries to track your progress. If you're not sure where to start, try prompts like describe your favorite meal or what would you do on a perfect day. It's a wonderful habit.
Engage with a community of learners. Join language forums or groups where you can ask questions and share tips. Being part of a supportive community keeps you motivated and helps you learn from others' experiences. Collaboration is key.
And don't just rely on virtual groups. Practice with friends in real life. Organize English-only meetups where you discuss movies, books, or news. Speaking with others boosts confidence and makes learning a more social and enjoyable experience.
Also, make the most of English resources around you. Check out libraries, watch local English language news, or visit websites for learners. There's an abundance of free materials that cater to different levels, ensuring there's something for everyone.
Yes, and be selective with resources. Choose ones that match your learning style. For example, if you're a visual learner, go for videos with subtitles. If you learn by doing, try interactive apps. Knowing what works for you will speed up your progress.
Consistency is key. Set a fixed time each day for English practice, even if it's just 20 minutes. Create a routine, like practicing after breakfast or before bed. When it becomes a habit, you'll make steady progress without feeling overwhelmed.
Agreed. And if you ever miss a day, don't be discouraged. Just pick up where you left off. Language learning isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Small, consistent efforts always lead to big results over time.
Remember to stay curious. Ask yourself questions in English like, how do I say this in English? Or what does this word mean? Curiosity drives learning and keeps your mind active. It's a powerful tool for fluency.
And stay patient with yourself. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. Celebrate small victories like understanding a conversation or learning a new idiom. These achievements remind you how far you've come and inspire you to keep moving forward.
To make learning practical, immerse yourself in English by using it daily. Label items in your home with their English names or think in English when deciding what to do. Simple habits like these make the language feel natural and part of your daily life.
That's a smart tip, Thomas. Another great idea is to narrate your actions in English. For instance, say, I'm making coffee or I'm going to the store. It's a fun way to practice speaking, and it helps you think directly in English without translating.
Games can also be excellent tools for practice. Play word games like Scrabble or online language quizzes. They're not just fun, but also help you learn new words and test your knowledge. Learning through play makes the process enjoyable and effective.
True, and don't forget about apps that turn learning into a game. Many language apps track your progress and reward you for consistency. It's motivating and helps you stay on track, especially if you're someone who thrives on challenges and achievements.
Watching TV shows or movies in English is another fantastic method. Start with subtitles in your native language, then switch to English subtitles as you improve. Eventually, try watching without subtitles to focus entirely on the listening experience.
Yes, and choose shows or genres you love. If you're a fan of comedies, go for sitcoms with everyday conversations. They're packed with useful phrases and expressions. Plus, humor makes it easier to remember the language and keeps you engaged.
Podcasts are also invaluable tools. Listen to ones made for learners or dive into regular English podcasts. Start with slower-paced ones and work your way up. You can listen while commuting or exercising, turning downtime into productive learning time.
Exactly, Thomas. And don't just listen, passively pause and repeat sentences you find interesting or challenging. This builds both your pronunciation and comprehension skills. Over time, you'll notice your ability to follow conversations improving.
Writing is another skill that can't be overlooked. Try summarizing what you've learned from a podcast or movie in a short paragraph. It's a great way to test your understanding and reinforce new vocabulary or phrases in a creative way.
Good point. Writing letters or emails to pen pals in English is another idea. It gives you a chance to communicate in a real-world context. You can exchange stories, cultural insights, and language tips while building confidence in your written English.
One more tip: track your progress. Keep a notebook where you write new words, phrases, or goals. Reflect on how much you've learned over time. Progress tracking keeps you motivated and shows that even small steps lead to big improvements.
Yes, celebrating progress is so important. Reward yourself when you reach milestones, like completing a language course or mastering a tricky grammar rule. Recognizing your achievements makes the journey more enjoyable and keeps you inspired to continue.
Don't forget to challenge yourself. Step out of your comfort zone by tackling harder materials or engaging in conversations with native speakers. It might feel intimidating at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to improve fluency and confidence.
That's a great point, Thomas. And if you're shy, start with short interactions like ordering food in English or asking for directions. These small, practical exchanges will build your courage to take on more complex conversations over time.
Another idea is to set realistic goals. For example, aim to learn 5 new words daily or speak for 5 minutes without stopping. These bite-sized goals are achievable and make the larger task of fluency seem less overwhelming and more manageable.
Yes, and don't stress about perfection. Mistakes are part of learning. Instead of avoiding them, embrace them as opportunities to improve. Every error is a step closer to fluency, so keep practicing and stay positive about your progress.
Another powerful habit is reading aloud, whether it's a book, a news article, or even social media posts. Speaking the words helps improve your pronunciation and fluency. Plus, you'll gain confidence in your ability to express thoughts clearly.
That's a great exercise, Thomas. Adding to that, mimicry works wonders. Listen to native speakers and try to copy their tone, rhythm, and accent. This practice doesn't just enhance your speaking skills, it also helps you understand the nuances of natural conversation.
Joining a language group is another excellent strategy. Whether online or in person, interacting with others learning English keeps you motivated. It's a judgment-free zone where you can share tips, ask questions, and practice speaking without pressure.
Absolutely, and many language groups organize fun activities like debates or storytelling. These creative challenges push you to think on your feet and use English in different scenarios, improving your versatility and confidence with the language.
Another tip: immerse yourself in English by changing your phone's language settings. It might seem small, but seeing English all day helps reinforce vocabulary and familiarizes you with words you might not encounter in regular learning sessions.
That's smart, Thomas. Similarly, try journaling in English. Write about your day, your goals, or even your dreams. It's a private and relaxed way to practice writing while also organizing your thoughts in English. Plus, it's fun to look back and see your progress.
If you enjoy music, singing English songs is an amazing way to practice. It improves pronunciation and helps you learn how words are naturally connected. Karaoke apps can make it even more entertaining and boost your confidence in speaking out loud.
Music really is magical. I'd also suggest focusing on lyrics and their meaning. Many songs are filled with expressions and phrases you'll hear in everyday conversations. Understanding them gives you insights into casual English and culture.
Podcasts with transcripts are another excellent resource. Read along while you listen to pick up on pronunciation and sentence structure. Over time, you'll notice how different tones and inflections convey meaning in conversations.
Yes, and using podcasts can also train your ear for accents. Listen to speakers from different regions to understand a variety of pronunciations. It's challenging but prepares you for real-world interactions where accents differ widely.
Let's not forget flashcards. Create digital or physical flashcards for vocabulary practice. Write the English word on one side and its meaning or an example sentence on the other. Reviewing them daily keeps the words fresh in your memory.
That's a classic method, Thomas, and it works. To make it more engaging, group the words by themes like food, travel, or work. It's easier to recall vocabulary when it's connected to specific scenarios, making your learning process more effective.
If you're preparing for exams, practice mock tests, or sample questions, it not only builds your knowledge but also your confidence under timed conditions. Testing yourself regularly ensures you're ready for real-life applications like interviews or studies.
Exactly, and feedback is vital. Ask a friend, teacher, or a language partner to review your speaking or writing. Constructive advice helps you improve quickly. Plus, having someone to guide you keeps you focused and motivated to achieve your fluency goals.
Another idea is to combine English learning with your hobbies. If you enjoy cooking, follow recipes in English. If you're into fitness, watch workout videos in English. Blending language practice with fun activities makes learning enjoyable and effortless.
That's brilliant. Customizing your learning to match your interests keeps it exciting. And remember to stay patient with yourself. Fluency takes time, but with consistent effort, these small, daily practices will lead to significant progress over time.
One final tip that's helped me a lot is creating a language routine. Try setting aside a specific time each day to focus on English, even if it's just 20 minutes. Consistency is key. It's better to practice for a short time every day than to cram in hours once a week.
That's true, Thomas. Routine is essential for language learning. Setting small, achievable goals, like learning 5 new words a day, can help you stay motivated. Don't worry if you can't always dedicate a lot of time. It's about making it part of your day.
Another idea is to focus on one skill at a time. Maybe dedicate a week to listening and the next week focus on speaking. This way, you can give more attention to each area and avoid feeling overwhelmed by trying to improve everything at once.
I love that, Thomas. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. Whether it's a big milestone like finishing a book or a small victory like ordering food in English, these moments will boost your confidence and remind you that you're moving forward.
Exactly, and remember, mistakes are part of the process. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll get, and those mistakes will become fewer. The goal isn't perfection, but improvement and growth with each step.
Yes, embracing mistakes is so important. It's all about learning from them and not letting them discourage you. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And before you know it, speaking fluently in English will feel like second nature.
Something else that can help is using technology to your advantage. Apps that focus on vocabulary, grammar, or pronunciation can support your learning journey. They give you a chance to practice whenever you have a few minutes free during the day.
Great point, Thomas. Apps are a fantastic way to reinforce your learning. Some even offer games or challenges that make studying feel more like fun. With so many resources out there, you can easily find tools that match your style of learning.
Also, it's important to stay curious about the language. Watch movies, TV shows, or videos in English that interest you. Immersion in the language outside of traditional studying can help you pick up expressions and improve your understanding of casual English.
Exactly, Thomas. Plus, watching content with subtitles in English helps with comprehension. It's a great way to learn new words and see how they're used in context. Just keep in mind that the goal is to enjoy the process, not rush it.
Another great practice is to engage in conversation with native speakers. Whether it's through language exchange programs or online forums, speaking with people who are fluent allows you to learn authentic phrases and improve your accent.
That's a perfect idea, Thomas. Engaging in real conversations with native speakers not only boosts your confidence, but also helps you understand how English is used in day-to-day life. It's an excellent way to put theory into practice.
Let's not forget about pronunciation. If you want to sound more natural, focus on learning common phrases or idiomatic expressions. English isn't just about words, it's about how those words flow together in conversation.
That's such a good point, Thomas. And remember, English pronunciation can vary by region, so don't worry too much if you don't sound like the person on the podcast. Focus on being clear, and over time, your accent will become more comfortable.
One great way to practice pronunciation is shadowing. This technique involves repeating what you hear, trying to match the speaker's rhythm, tone, and pronunciation exactly. It's a great way to improve your speaking skills while building fluency.
I totally agree. Shadowing is an excellent technique. Not only does it help with pronunciation, but it also improves your listening skills. The more you listen and speak, the more natural it will feel. Keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll be speaking effortlessly.
Finally, be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a long journey, and there will be ups and downs. The important thing is to keep going, stay motivated, and celebrate each milestone along the way. Fluency is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's exactly right, Thomas. Keep your focus on the progress you're making, even if it feels slow at times. Each step, no matter how small, is part of your success. Keep practicing, and before you know it, fluency will be within your reach.
Another important part of improving your fluency is listening to English every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes. You can listen to podcasts, songs, or news in English. The more exposure you get to the language, the more familiar it becomes.
That's right. Exposure is key to language learning. You don't have to spend hours at a time. Just 20 minutes a day can make a huge difference. You'll start to notice new words, phrases, and even the rhythm of the language.
And don't forget about repetition. Listening to the same content multiple times will help reinforce what you've learned. It's like building muscle memory for your brain. The more you hear, the more you'll start to understand without thinking about it.
Exactly, repetition is a powerful tool. As you listen to the same materials repeatedly, you start to pick up on new nuances, and those words or phrases that once felt challenging will become second nature.
One of my favorite ways to practice is by speaking out loud. You can repeat sentences you've heard or even summarize what you just listened to in your own words. This helps improve both your speaking and listening skills at the same time.
I love that idea, Thomas. Speaking aloud helps you build confidence and fluency. It also trains your mouth to move the way it needs to in order to form English sounds naturally. Don't worry about making mistakes, just keep practicing.
Another tip is to focus on your vocabulary. A solid vocabulary can make a huge difference in fluency. You don't have to learn hundreds of words at once, but picking up new words daily and reviewing them can help you speak more naturally.
That's a great point, Thomas. Start by learning words related to your daily life, so you can use them right away in conversations. It's all about building a practical vocabulary that's easy to remember and use in real-world situations.
Exactly, Jennifer. A good way to do this is by categorizing words. For example, focus on food-related vocabulary, then move on to travel or work-related terms. This makes it easier to remember and use them in the appropriate context.
And don't forget to review the words you've learned. I recommend writing them down in sentences or using flashcards. Revisiting vocabulary regularly helps strengthen your memory and makes it easier to recall words when you need them.
Another tip to improve fluency is to be more active in your learning. For example, you can try speaking with friends or joining online language groups. The more you interact in English, the more comfortable you'll become using it.
Exactly, Thomas. Interacting with others helps you learn faster and boosts your confidence. Whether it's through social media, online chats, or language meetups, these interactions provide real-life practice that is essential for fluency.
One thing I'd recommend is setting small, realistic goals. Instead of thinking, I want to be fluent in 6 months, focus on goals like mastering 10 new words each week or being able to introduce yourself in English confidently.
Small goals are so effective. They give you a clear target to aim for, which makes your learning more structured. As you hit each goal, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, which motivates you to keep going.
Exactly. Another tip is to focus on the aspects of language learning that you enjoy the most. Whether it's watching movies, reading, or speaking with others, the more you enjoy the process, the easier it will be to stick with it.
I couldn't agree more, Thomas. When learning becomes enjoyable, you're more likely to stick with it long term. Find ways to incorporate English into activities you already love, and you'll make the process feel natural and fun.
And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are a sign that you're trying, and each one is a learning opportunity. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make, and the more fluent you'll become.
Exactly. Mistakes are just part of the journey. Don't let them hold you back. The important thing is to keep practicing, learning, and improving. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you'll get there.
Another thing that can help you achieve fluency is by breaking down your practice into manageable chunks. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, try to focus on just one area of the language each day, whether it's vocabulary, grammar, or listening. Small steps lead to big progress. And don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. Even if it's just understanding a new phrase or speaking for a few minutes without hesitation, these moments of progress are important and will motivate you to keep going.
Celebrating your progress is so important. Every time you learn something new, take a moment to feel proud of yourself. These little victories keep you motivated, especially when the journey feels long. It's all part of the process.
One more suggestion is to create a consistent study routine. It's not about the amount of time you spend learning, but the consistency of it. Just 20 minutes a day, every day, will help your brain absorb and retain the language much better over time.
Absolutely, consistency is key. Whether it's practicing speaking, reading, or listening, it's the regular exposure to English that helps the language become a natural part of your daily life. The more consistent you are, the faster you'll see results.
You can also practice by setting a timer for yourself. Spend 20 minutes doing a focused activity like reading a short article or listening to an English podcast. Time yourself, and after a few weeks, you'll notice the improvement in your fluency.
That's a great idea, Thomas. Setting a timer helps keep you on track and focused. It also makes the task feel less daunting when you know it's just for 20 minutes. Plus, it's a great way to build a habit of daily English practice without pressure.
A fun way to keep your practice varied is by mixing up your learning methods. You could try listening to an audiobook one day, watching a YouTube video the next, and practicing speaking with a friend or a language exchange partner the day after.
I love that suggestion. Mixing things up keeps your learning fresh and exciting. You won't get bored, and you'll also get exposure to different accents and speaking styles. It's all about keeping your practice engaging and diverse.
And as you continue to practice, you'll also become more comfortable with English in real-life situations. Whether it's ordering food at a restaurant or chatting with a colleague, the more practice you get, the easier it will be to use English naturally.
Exactly. When you practice in real-life contexts, you get to see how the language works in action. You'll also build confidence when speaking with others, which is key to becoming fluent. Just keep putting yourself out there and practicing whenever you can.
One thing I recommend is keeping a language journal. This can be a fun way to track your progress. Write down new words, phrases, or any challenges you encountered during your practice. It helps you stay motivated and see how far you've come.
A language journal is such a great tool. You can use it to reflect on your learning, note your mistakes, and see how much you've improved over time. Plus, writing in English every day gives you additional practice and helps reinforce what you've learned.
And remember, it's okay if you don't have all the answers right away. Fluency takes time, and it's perfectly fine to make mistakes along the way. Keep pushing forward, and with consistency and practice, you'll get closer to your goal every day.
Mistakes are a part of the learning process, and they're nothing to be afraid of. Just keep going and stay patient with yourself. The key is to stay consistent and continue to practice each day. No matter what, fluency will come with time.
And lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help when needed. Whether it's asking a friend to help you practice speaking or joining a study group, having support can make a huge difference in your learning journey.
Exactly. Sometimes asking for help is the best way to get over a learning hurdle. There's no need to go through this alone. Find a language buddy, join a group, or seek out resources that can guide you as you continue to practice and improve.
Another helpful tip for improving fluency is to immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Surround yourself with English content, whether it's watching movies, listening to music, or following social media accounts in English. This exposure will reinforce what you learn.
That's so true. Immersion is one of the best ways to learn a language. The more you hear and see English, the more it becomes familiar and natural. You can even change the settings on your phone to English, which is an easy way to practice every day.
Another way to stay motivated is by setting small, achievable goals. It could be learning a set number of new words each week or having a short conversation in English. These small victories will keep you excited about your progress and boost your confidence.
Setting goals is essential. By achieving small goals, you create a sense of accomplishment. Over time, these small goals add up, and you'll see bigger results. It's important to celebrate those wins no matter how small they seem.
One more thing to remember is that language learning is a journey, not a race. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, and it's important to enjoy the process. The more you enjoy learning, the more consistent you'll be.
Yes, language learning should be fun. When you enjoy the process, you're much more likely to keep practicing. Try to find aspects of English that excite you, whether it's watching a favorite TV show or reading a book. Enjoying the journey makes it easier.
Don't be afraid to try speaking, even if you make mistakes. Every time you try to speak English, you're building confidence. It's normal to make errors, but the important part is to keep practicing, especially when speaking with others.
Exactly. Speaking is one of the hardest parts, but it's also the most rewarding. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Don't let fear of making mistakes hold you back. Just keep trying, and you'll see your confidence grow over time.
And when it comes to practicing speaking, it's helpful to find someone to talk to. Whether it's a language partner, a tutor, or even a friend, real conversations will improve your fluency much faster than studying alone.
Having a conversation partner is so important. It provides you with real feedback and makes you feel more comfortable using English in natural situations. You'll start noticing improvements in your speaking ability faster when you practice regularly.
One of the best ways to practice is by using English in daily activities. For example, try thinking in English when you're at the store, making your grocery list, or even when you're planning your day. These moments add up and improve your fluency.
That's a great point. Thinking in English helps you use the language naturally without translation. It trains your brain to think directly in English, which is a huge step toward fluency. Try to incorporate English into your daily thoughts whenever you can.
Also, don't be discouraged if you feel like you're not making progress as quickly as you want. Language learning is often a slow process, but every bit of practice adds up over time. Patience is key to achieving fluency.
Definitely, it's easy to get discouraged, but remember that progress doesn't always happen in a straight line. Some days may feel harder than others, but every little effort contributes to your overall success. Keep pushing forward, and you'll get there.
Another tip is to use language apps. There are plenty of apps that help with vocabulary, pronunciation, and even speaking practice. They can be a fun way to keep learning while on the go, making it easy to practice anywhere.
Language apps are a great tool. They make learning convenient and interactive, and many of them have short lessons that fit perfectly into a busy schedule. Using apps alongside other study methods will help reinforce your learning.
And finally, don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Push yourself to try new things with English, like writing a short story or watching a movie without subtitles. The more you challenge yourself, the faster you'll grow as a learner.
Challenging yourself is a great way to build fluency. Don't limit yourself to only what's easy. Try things that stretch your skills and push you out of your comfort zone. These challenges will help you grow as an English speaker and keep things exciting.
Another way to improve fluency is by reading in English every day. Whether it's a news article, a book, or even social media posts, reading helps you expand your vocabulary and get a feel for sentence structure. Make it a habit to read at least 20 minutes daily.
That's a great tip, Thomas. Reading not only helps with vocabulary, but also with understanding grammar and writing styles. If you come across new words, take the time to look them up. It's a great way to build your language knowledge step by step.
Speaking of new words, another important way to improve is by learning phrases and collocations rather than individual words. This way, you learn how words are used in context, which makes it easier to speak naturally and fluently.
Absolutely. Learning phrases will help you sound more natural when you speak. For example, instead of just learning the word happy, you could learn feeling happy about or make someone happy. These phrases are used in everyday conversations.
To get better at speaking and listening, try shadowing. Shadowing means repeating what you hear in real time. You can try it with podcasts, TV shows, or movies. This practice helps with pronunciation, fluency, and understanding native speakers.
Shadowing is an excellent way to train your ear to different accents and speaking speeds. It can be challenging at first, but with time, it will become easier. Try to mimic the intonation and rhythm of the speaker to sound more fluent and confident.
One method I love is keeping an English journal. This is where you write your thoughts in English every day. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a few sentences about your day, your feelings, or what you learned. It's great for writing practice.
I agree. Writing in English every day will help you become more comfortable with forming sentences. Plus, it's a great way to track your progress. As you look back, you'll notice that your writing improves over time.
If you want to focus on speaking, don't forget to record yourself. You can record your voice reading a passage or explaining something, then listen to it. This helps you spot areas where you might need improvement, like pronunciation or grammar.
Recording yourself is such a powerful tool. It gives you an opportunity to hear what you sound like and make adjustments. Over time, you'll notice that your speech becomes more fluent and you'll feel more confident in your abilities.
Another great strategy is learning to think in English. It may sound difficult at first, but try to avoid translating from your native language. The more you think in English, the faster and easier it will be to express yourself fluently.
Thinking in English will really speed up your progress. It's like switching your brain to English mode. It may feel unnatural at first, but with practice, it will become second nature. Give it a try during your day-to-day activities.
Let's not forget about practicing with native speakers. If you have the chance, engage in conversations with people who speak English fluently. This will expose you to natural expressions, slang, and colloquialisms that you won't find in textbooks.
That's a great point, Thomas. Real conversations with native speakers help you learn how people actually use the language, not just in formal settings, but also in casual and everyday situations. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you're unsure.
Another great way to learn is by watching English content with subtitles. This will allow you to hear the language and see how it's written at the same time. It's a great way to link spoken and written language and improve your fluency.
Watching shows with subtitles is very effective. It helps you learn vocabulary in context and understand how words are used in real-life conversations. Try watching the show once with subtitles and then again without them to test your understanding.
And finally, never forget to celebrate your achievements along the way. Learning a language can be tough, but every time you reach a milestone, whether it's understanding a movie without subtitles or holding a conversation, take a moment to appreciate your progress.
Yes, celebrating your achievements keeps you motivated. Remember, fluency isn't an overnight thing. It's about consistent, steady practice, so keep going and enjoy the process. The more you practice, the closer you'll get to fluency every day.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope these tips help you make the most of just 20 minutes a day to improve your English fluency. Remember, consistency is key and every little bit of practice counts. Keep at it.
Thanks for tuning in. Everyone, we believe you can achieve your language goals. Stay motivated, keep practicing. And we'll be back with more tips soon. Until next time, happy learning!